Dear students, in the previous video, we have discussed about excretion and the excretory system. We have come to know what is excretion and how it is different from ejection. Excretion pushes out the waste from our body, and this waste is produced at the level of cells. Cells generate waste because of various biochemical activities that take place inside the cell and carried out by different organelles inside the cell. Whereas in ejection what happens? The food is processed not at the level of cells, it is just processed at the level of organs. And you can just distinguish between ejection and excretion as ejection is at macro level, at little bit higher level, bigger level, whereas ejection is related to the waste produced at micro level, at smaller level, right? And these waste that are generated as a result of metabolic activities, these wastes are little bit complicated to be adjusted, right? So today we will see the kind of waste produced, generated inside our body. Last video also I have told you the waste that are produced in our body, the very common in gaseous form is carbon dioxide, and who helps the corresponding organ that helps in removal of this waste from our body is the pair of lungs. Do you follow? Similarly, the second kind of waste that is produced in our body is excess. Excess need not write salt and water. Salt and water. I told the subsidiary or helping organ to remove this salt and water is our skin with the help of sweat glands. Sweat glands. Right? Sweat glands, they help in the removal of excess salt and water, right? And some of the nitrogenous waste also is produced, and this nitrogenous waste that is produced is urea. So the liver converts what? Ammonia into urea. That urea is liver, right? So carbon dioxide, salt and water, urea, these are some of the waste that are produced inside our body, right? And they are to be removed. Clear? So the respective organs are affected, right? These organs in our body, they help in removal of this. But the main structure that is responsible for removing this, mainly these are helping ones, supporting ones. The main structure or the main organ that is responsible for the removal of these metabolic waste, they are that make our excretory system, and our excretory system, the main organ that is responsible for this process is our kidney, right? Let's see. I will draw this structure for you. The kidney I will draw you. I have told you, given you the idea that our kidneys are present in the abdominal region, right? In the abdominal cavity. Do you remember last day I told you that our tongue is partitioned with the help of a thick membrane, right? That is known as diaphragm, and this diaphragm helps in the process of breathing, inhalation and exhalation. So the above cavity, above the diaphragm is our thoracic cavity, and below this diaphragm we have the abdominal cavity. Do you follow? So kidneys are located just at two sides, at this base, at two sides of our vertebral column, this backbone, right? So I have told you that kidneys are the bean seed shaped structures, or you can say they are like the guard cells. You should not confuse. I have drawn one smaller and one little bit bigger. That doesn't mean one is bigger inside. They are nearly the same size. And these kidneys, they have two tubes that come and connect these two. Similarly, this tube connects these two as the lungs were connected. Do you remember as the lungs were connected? Clear? You see, one of this tube that comes into the kidney, this tube is known as vena cava. Vena cava is known as vena cava, and this is the tube that brings impure blood into our kidneys. Impure blood, when I say, I mean to say that the blood is containing the impurities or the waste that was produced due to metabolic activities inside a body. That is, the cells, they carry out different functions called the metabolic activities or vital functions, the functions that keep us alive, right? So because of that, in every cell waste is produced, and I have already told you what kind of waste are produced. Waste that are produced, the main component of that is urea. It is because of assimilation of proteins, right? As proteins are essential ingredients, they are essentially required for the purpose of growth of the living being and to carry out different life processes. So proteins are also known as the body building nutrients. Clear? So you see, this nitrogenous waste results in the formation of not nitrogenous waste. Because of this assimilation of protein, a waste that is produced, that is generated inside the cell is urea, right? And this urea from these cells is transported to these kidneys with the help of the universal transporter in our body. Which one is universal transporter? So blood is the universal transporter. You may have seen in your digestive system, after the absorption or at the time of absorption, the nutrients were loaded inside the blood. Similarly, after the respiration, oxygen is loaded in the blood. You remember hemoglobin turns oxyhemoglobin? So, blood is the transporter that takes the materials from their source to different cells, and the waste materials from the cells to ingest outside the body. So what happened to this tube of or the blood vessel? The impure blood comes into the kidney. Do you understand? The impure blood comes into the kidney through the vena cava. Clear? Is it clear? Now, what is to be filtered? Or from where the waste is to be separated? Is it the digestive system you have seen? You eat the food, and from that food, carbohydrate, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, they are separated for our use. And that process we call it as digestion. Similarly, here you see, when this impure blood is brought into these kidneys, that impure blood, from that impure blood, the impurities or waste materials are separated, and the pure blood is returned back to the hearts or the body parts to the cell through this vessel that is known as the cell or vein, the artery, that is artery, and this artery goes to the heart. The longest blood vessel that emerges out of the heart, it connects there through this heart, and it goes to the cell. Heart and to aorta. Right? Is the vessel that carries the pure. So now you have a simple idea that these kidneys, what do? They simply separate the waste material from the blood. I have told you what are waste. The main waste that is to be separated from the blood in these kidneys is urea. Sometimes excess salt, sometimes excess glucose, sugar, sometimes excess water, sometimes certain poisonous chemicals that entered our body with the food or because of accidental or faulty ingestion. Right? Suppose somebody has eaten something that is poisonous to the body accidentally. That also is separated. Once eaten, after digestion, this will be mixed with the blood, and this blood will circulate throughout the body. But cells will reject, will not take. They will say cells will deny to take this poisonous substance, and they will just gradually, step by step, push this poisonous substance again into the blood, and that blood is again clotted. So the main function of the kidney is to separate the waste material from the blood. Right? You see, in your house you have this and here at this place you have a strainer. Right? This is commonly used in our kitchen to filter the tea liquor. Right? You know, tea is a common beverage used in a house. This tea is made by boiling, commonly in our places, by boiling tea leaves, then sugar, water, milk, ginger, cardamom, sometimes black pepper, sometimes cloves even. All these ingredients are kept together in water in required proportion, and are just to boil at flames is boiled for some time, and the substances from these solid materials, they get dissolved in the boiling water. Right? This way tea is prepared in our houses. After preparing the tea is poured into this strainer, and this tea is poured from the top, from the pan, This is poured into this strainer, and what comes out in the cup is that liquid liquor. Right? The liquor comes into the cup. Right? All of you have seen this. Your mother making the tea and serving to her family, or sometimes few people also make the tea. You're grown up enough, and I know some of you know how to make tea. And the tea is straight, only liquid comes out, and in this what? All the tea leaves, the crushed ginger, then cardamom leaves, all these are blocked here. Blocked are what? Tea leaves. Tea leaf and the crushed ginger then cadmium, peels, then chlor. All these substances that we are boiling these substances are stopped there. And after completion of this process, what does your mother do? Take this, close the handle of this strainer, and all this waste that is blocked is not allowed to pass into this cup. This all waste is thrown. I told you waste. Why? It's because whatever is present here is of no use at this place. Do you remember? Last video I have told you the identity or description of waste. So this material, though it was useful, we have used this here. At this place it was useful when in the pan, when we boil them. But once we have extracted their contents into this liquor by boiling them in that water, these things become waste and these are thrown manually, physically. Your mother pulls the strainer handle and throws the waste. This is a physical work. Easily can be done by us. But what is the work? From this liquor that was mixed with all this tea leaf and crushed ginger, cardamom, peels, clove, all these are blocked. Right? What is important for us? This is the liquor that we see and enjoy in this cold winter. This winter evening, sitting in a garden or porch, or in the sitting place or the living room along with our family members or friends or our visitors. Right? So what is of use? This tea liquor that we use, this was waste, is to be thrown out or separated from them. Right? Now you see this common day-to-day activity is similar, just like this activity our kidneys do. Here you see this tea pan, the sauce pan we use for boiling the tea leaf, then ginger, cardamom all together. This pan is having a substance in it that is having some impurities. Instead of impurities, I should say waste. If your mother is removing this strainer and simply gives you this boiled tea in your cup, will you enjoy? You're not able to. It's because every time these materials will cause disturbance. Clear? Similarly, whatever liquid is here in this pan, though this liquid, though this is physically done here, it is brought to the kidneys. It is brought to the kidneys through this vena cava. Right? Through this vena cava. So vena cava brings a blood plus waste. I have already told you what kind of waste? Metabolic waste. And commonly we call such a blood as impure blood in our studies in biology, right? So this impure blood, similar to this liquid that contains all these blood that is brought to the kidneys, that may have what more impurities? It may have excess salts. It may have excess salt. It may have urea. It may have urea. I have told you that ammonia produced is converted into urea by the liver. Sometimes you may get a question in the examination. Name the organ that converts ammonia into urea in our body. So your answer will be liver. It's the gland, right? One important gland of the digestive system is the biggest gland of our body, right? So I was telling you, as this tea liquor in the pan contain waste material like tea leaf, crushed ginger, cardamom peels, clove, and so many other ingredients that your mother uses to flavor the tea. Similarly, this blood that is brought to the kidneys, where the blood vessel named vena cava contains the blood, and that impure blood may have the waste materials like excess salt, urea, sugars, and the fourth thing, excess water. Then harmful chemicals, or sometimes even the poisonous substances. Or sometimes the excess of acidic substances also. So these type of waste materials may be there in the blood that is brought. This will be brought into the kidneys. Who brings, or via which medium is it brought? It is brought through this vena cava, right? Is the name of the blood vessel that brings impure blood into the kidneys. Do you follow this one? So who brings this impure blood into the kidneys? The vena cava, right? And you see, this impure blood may have excess salt, may have urea, may have excess sugar, may have excess water, may have harmful chemicals, may have poisonous substances, may have acidic substances, or sometimes may have basic substances also. Basic substances, right? Basic substances. Now you may have a question: what are acids and what are bases? All that are sour in taste. In the language of chemistry, we call them acids. All that are sweet in taste, they are called bases. So you may say that, sir, you have already talked of sugar. Yes, this sugar is a basic substance. Clear? So this type of impurities may be present in the blood, or this type of waste may be present in the blood. And these wastes are similar to this tea leaf, crushed ginger, cardamom peels, clove, all this. Clear? Now what is the next step that your mother did? She has strained out this, separated them using a tool, that is tea strainer. Right? This tea strainer is used in our houses very commonly to separate these impurities or unwanted substances into the tea liquor. Similarly, whatever work this tea strainer is doing, similar is the work that is done by this two kidneys. Clear? But it's not so simple. It's not so simple. I am showing a physical process. Easily you can do with your hand. Here all these processes are controlled and monitored by the help of chemicals. Very slight physical activity, but all other are done by chemicals. You will say, sir, how chemicals help? How chemicals help in the separation of carbohydrate from your food? From the starch, how the starch is simplified? Can you tell me the name of one chemical that converts starches into glucose? Do you remember? I have already told you that digestive system. It is in the saliva, we have salivary amylase. Do you remember? Similarly, and this salivary amylase is produced in our mouth cavity from the glands. Do you remember the name of the gland present here at the juncture of this lower jaw, in the skull and at our chin, right? So what is the name of that gland? Yes, the name of that gland is, yes, salivary gland, because it secretes saliva, so the name of the gland is salivary gland. Clear? Do you understand? Similarly, to handle all these processes inside the kidney, with the help